On this week's episode, we'll meet two contestants who are hungry for competition. They will be vying for dominance in the age-old battle between otherwise friendly neighbors. That battle that gives its victor a true badge of outdoor pride in which no other task can compare. That's right, the Herculean contest that proves once and for all who has the better lawn. See whose grass is really greener on the other side of this episode of Tough Grit.
Whoa, looks like you're really working hard there, Shannon. What are you doing?
Well, I am attempting to aerate my lawn. I read somewhere that this is a great way to make sure your grass is healthy and attractive. And I really want my lawn to look good this year. I mean, I know you've got an A-class lawn, and you wouldn't want less for your co-host, huh?
No, indeed. Generally, aerating is a good idea.
Exactly.
But maybe you should find some different tools to get that job done a different way.
No kidding. At this rate, it's going to take till after Christmas. And it's going to cost me a fortune in bandages.
Well, you're in luck, because today's episode, we're covering lawn maintenance.
Terrific! And I don't need to use a fork?
No, you don't. Hopefully we won't need any more of those bandages either. Maybe you've had to take an overgrown mess of weeds and sod and till it until it's usable. Or think about irrigating your lawn without a sky-high utility bill.
Or maybe you've just got a very sick lawn like I have that needs a lot of hard work in TLC.
At some point, we've all found ourselves in a big pile of tough grit, and that's where we come in.
I'm Shannon Riley.
And I'm Caleb Regan. Today, we're not only going to show you how to do the project, we'll give you the tools to help you get it done right the first time.
And we're going to throw a little competition in between rural neighbors, just for some fun. Good people. People who loan you a cup of sugar or help you pull a stuck truck out. But people who would turn on you on a moment's notice for the coveted title of Best Lawn of the County. Like these two sisters-in-law.
Let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant is Maggie Neidel from Lawrence, Kansas. Maggie is an avid gardener and an advocate of dirt therapy, which she says is good for the soul. Her mom and grandma instilled in Maggie a love of gardening at an early age.
That's a woman so serious about her lawn, her yard gnomes are lethal weapons.
And our second contestant is Andrea Johnson from Wichita, Kansas. One of 7 kids, Andrea's folks had a farm where she spent time around livestock, at the pond, and generally enjoying rural life.
Andrea's grass is so important to her, her lawnmower has its own satellite.
Ladies, welcome to Tough Grit.
We've got the perfect project for you two. Your Tough Grit challenge today is aerating and overseeding a lawn.
Over time, the soil in your lawn can become compacted. This destroys the air passages that allow grass roots to get the air and water they need, weakening it and making it more vulnerable to drought and disease. Properly aerated soil will have good drainage, and you'll find you have to water less often to keep your grass happy.
One way to keep your grass healthy is to use a lawn plugger or spike aerator to punch tiny holes in your lawn, loosening the soil and letting air and water move freely to your grass.
We'll also be overseeding today. Although fertilizing helps keep a lawn thick and free of weeds, every few years your grass will get old and slow down its reproduction. Seeding your lawn again, or overseeding, will give it a boost against weeds and disease.
And to give you a boost today, we have a couple of outdoor experts to help you out.
Our first expert is the ever-helpful and knowledgeable Hank Will, Editor-in-Chief of Grit Magazine.
Hank spends so much time outdoors, he has moss growing on his north side.
And from Tractor Supply Company, our second expert is Chris Leininger, the friendly Tractor Supply store manager from Muncie, Indiana.
Chris is a true lawn pro. In fact, his middle name is Lawn Pro, although he says it's pronounced Michael.
Our experts will be coaching you and giving you great advice along the way on the best way to complete the project, sticking with our 3 criteria of efficiency, accuracy, and safety. Whichever one of you does the best in those 3 categories will walk away with up to a $1,000 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
To complete our challenges, you'll get to use some really great tools, and I'm sure you'll share them with me later, right?
We'll be using 26 horsepower lawn tractors, tow-behind commercial grade aerators and pluggers, a 400-pound lawn roller, tow-behind broadcast spreaders, and then an over-the-shoulder crank broadcast seeder.
Before we start punching holes and taking names, let's get the whole story from our experts on what to expect on this first challenge.
Now, Maggie, if your lawn has sort of beaten down areas, some bare spots or areas that retain moisture, you know, the water pools on them, the lawn might need some aeration. And you can see this is one of these kind of areas here. You can see that the water's been standing there. Probably needs to be plugged and will open up that soil.
Andrea, for cool season grasses such as a fescue, it is really best to aerate in the spring or fall. But when you get into warm season grasses, such as like a Bermuda grass or a zoysia grass, it's really better to aerate in late spring to early summer. Anywhere from 1 inch to 6 inches is best to aerate, just depending on your soil and your turf type. And for areas that the grass roots can't get down more than 1 inch or 2, aeration is really going to promote great root growth.
Okay.
In general, deeper aeration is better. You can go up to 6 inches if your turf is really good and healthy and you think it can withstand that kind of major surgery. If the turf isn't quite so healthy, you might go maybe 3 to 4 inches, and that should help improve it.
Do you need to aerate more than once a year?
You know, you can aerate a couple of times a year. I wouldn't do too much more than a couple of times a year, maybe spring and fall, depending on the kind of turf you're growing.
Okay.
It's actually best to aerate your lawn whenever it's damp but not really wet. For today's challenge, we're actually going to take the tractor and you'll back it up and hitch up the aerator and take it onto the test course. I'll help you gauge the depth of the holes by adding different size concrete blocks to it. If you want to head on over here.
Maggie, now that we've got everything hooked up and adjusted, you're ready to run the course, but I want you to keep in mind that you want to keep the tines up unless you're over the turf or even on soft soil. If the tines are down when you're on hard pavement, you'll actually damage them.
Okay.
Well, before you aerate, one of the biggest things to do is make sure you get all of your garden hoses and other obstacles you might not see up off of your lawn.
Okay, and then what do we do with the plugs of dirt? Do we pick them up or just leave them?
Actually, you can just leave them. They will naturally just break down and become part of your lawn again.
Okay.
Great information from our experts. And now it's time for our first challenge. Our contestants will have to get their tractors ready, hook them up to the aerators, and then, with the help of their experts, load the weight until we reach the right depth.
Then they'll move to the marked plot of lawn where they'll aerate quickly. But we're also looking for accuracy and safety. Good luck, ladies.
Ready, set, go.
Pull it back, pull it back.
Go. This is exciting. It's like the Indy 500, except with lawn tractors.
Oh, come on, just come on.
Whoever sets their depth, aerates their patch fastest, and crosses the finish line first is the winner. If they hit an obstacle or operate unsafely, I'll flag them and they'll sit idle for 10 seconds.
On broad, yeah. You're going to have to yank it. That's all right. That's all right.
Maggie forgot the parking brake, so her machine died whenever she jumped off of it.
There you go.
Andrea's about hooked up.
Oh, jiggle it a little bit. There you go.
And pick it.
You're on it.
And Annie's all hooked up and ready to go. So is Maggie. Chris is loading her up with cinder blocks. He's got to put 4 on. Hank's moving, stumbling, bumbling, trying to load those cinder blocks.
Slide it over.
Maggie fighting with that aerator. Now she's got it dropped.
Bring yourself up along the edge, go that corner all the way around.
And there goes Annie. Pretty even at this point.
Hank doesn't have to run along the side, but he's just doing what his dog does. While our contestants plug their lawn, we're going to take our first break. But when we come back, we'll find out who's the queen of the green and who's just a dandelion.
If you're faced with the aftermath of losing a large tree and having its stump chipped out, or your water main broke and the plumbing excavator left a long strip of bare soil, or you just built a new house and it's setting in the midst of a field of dirt, you can save a lot of money by seeding a new lawn yourself. The first steps to establishing a new lawn include tilling the soil to create a welcoming seed bed and grading it to get the contours just the way you want them. Next, you will want to choose a seed mix that suits your location and will hopefully blend with the existing lawn if you are just making a repair. With the seed bed prepared, you can rent a tractor and a solid stand seeder to both place the seed and pack the seed bed if you have a 1/4 acre or more to plant. Or you can just broadcast seed, rake it lightly, and press it into contact with the soil using your feet or a roller. The next step is crucial. You should water the newly planted seed bed and keep it fairly moist until the grass germinates and becomes well established. With a little care, a little luck, and a bit of cooperation from Mother Nature, you will be rewarded with a lovely lawn that will be healthier and more robust than the one your neighbor spent a fortune installing with sod. Now pat yourself on the back, go get that hammock, and dream about how you can spend all that money you saved.
Welcome back to Tough Grit. Our two teams are busy aerating their sections of lawn.
We'll soon see who can finish the fastest, and hopefully we'll have no penalties for safety or for nailing an obstacle.
Okay, come into here. Yeah, perfect. Time, and then we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
Watch the bird bath. Yeah, nice.
Maggie navigating that bird bath beautifully.
That Maggie's good at the tight turns.
Hank lining her up for her third pass by.
Should I go that side or this side?
We're right around the outside. There you go, perfect.
Now, Maggie working in a back and forth pattern.
All right, let me get your way. Just come right around here. Watch on the inside there.
Annie getting all the way.
Perfect.
Annie moving a little quicker, she's unhitching.
Is Annie done?
And time. Annie back across the line.
You got
You guys do the whole thing?
You got on? Yeah. She just did it in circles. You can see all of her marks. All right, good. Watch this edge.
Great job, ladies. Come on in.
Come
here.
right on in
Well,
here.
all right, that was exciting. Caleb, what'd you think?
Well, both of you ladies did a fantastic job. I can tell you've done this a time or two before, navigated both those obstacles cleanly. Andrea, you just finished in a little quicker time. Congratulations.
You win a $500 gift card from Tractor Supply Company, and the bird baths are still standing.
So Maggie, what do you think you can do to bounce back in this second challenge?
I'm just gonna have to work harder and faster.
Well, with your expert handling the cinder blocks, it's a real block party.
When we come back, we'll learn more techniques to keep a lawn healthy and green.
So don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll find out who will win the next gift card from Tractor Supply Company and who will be green with envy. Welcome back. Our two teams have aerated. Wow, that sounds like they just ate rich food. And now they're going to find out two great ways to keep their lawn in tip-top shape.
Our experts are ready to show us the right tools and techniques for watering and overseeding the lawn.
Maggie, your lawn will tell you when it needs to be watered. If you take a look at the grass plants, when they're turning kind of a grayish blue and maybe kind of curling up a little bit, especially the older leaves, you definitely want to water. Also, if you walk across the lawn and the grass doesn't spring back up, usually is a sign that it's dry. When you water, you want to be sure that you apply enough water, slow enough so that it'll soak down into the root zone.
Okay.
Good way to determine how much water is enough is to run your sprinkler for about 15 minutes. Then take a shovel like this, make a crack or a small hole in the watered area, and that way we can check the roots and see how deeply they reach. If the roots only go down 6 inches and your water doesn't quite reach them, then what you want to do is water for about another 15 minutes or so farther. That way the water actually reaches all the way down to the root level.
Is there a best time to do this test?
Typically, right after you're done aerating, you want to run this test.
Maggie, an often neglected aspect to lawn care is called overseeding. You fertilize it regularly, you'll get a nice thick turf that'll grow pretty healthy for about 5 years when the plants will start dying off. You want to replenish those plants by broadcasting seed basically onto the lawn. You're going for a fairly even distribution of about 60 seeds per square foot.
Okay.
Broadcasting was historically done just by tossing, or what's called casting, seed out of a sack, just like this one. And it's usually done on areas that the terrain is either rough or it's just a small plot of land. If a machine can't get in there properly, this is always the best method. You want to do it on a calm day when there's not a lot of wind, unlike today, otherwise it kind of tends to scatter your seed a little farther than you want.
Modern broadcasters like this hand spinner unit can help you get a good even distribution of seed, but you're still pretty subject to the wind, just as though you were hand broadcasting.
Well, I live here in Kansas where it's really windy. How can I get around that?
Well, Maggie, you can purchase a lawnmower-sized push spinner model, or you can purchase one that'll tow behind your garden tractor or whatever. And those things have their spinners much closer to the ground, and they have some shielding on them that will actually prevent them from being cast all over the place. They'll work much better in the strong wind.
Okay.
After you seed your lawn, you always want to make sure you water it. Then come back with a light lawn roller pulled with your garden tractor. Go over your lawn. It'll really help to get the seed in contact with the soil, and that in turn will help germination, which will then improve the entire health of your lawn.
And now it's back to the competition. For our second challenge, you'll be spreading grass seed. Now we'll be spreading Kentucky 31 tall fescue grass seed, and you'll be broadcasting this seed using 3 different methods.
That's right. You'll be hand broadcasting, hand crank spinning, and then lawn tractor broadcasting your seeds along the marked rows.
Hand and machine, well, that's a real mano a machino, or in this case, woman a machino challenge.
The contestant who can do it the most accurately, and in this case we're shooting for 60 seeds per square foot on the sticky boards back there, will win the second challenge. Good luck to you both.
Ready, set, go.
Okay, you want to try to get about 60 seeds per square?
Wind is definitely going to play a big factor today.
Yeah, I was like, wind is a factor here.
Yep, good. Now you got to get that one over there.
That one over there, too?
Okay, now
Oh,
you want to watch this.
It's a little bit like Johnny Appleseed, except with grass. And it's a girl.
Shoot low. There you go.
I'll be judging based mainly on accurate seed distribution. Each row will have 6 1-foot by 1-foot sticky measuring plates set down in the grass, 3 on each side. Whichever contestant has the most sticky boards that are consistently closer to the desired 60 seeds on our sample board wins.
Stay locked on the flanks, yeah.
If there's a tie on seed count, we'll give it to whomever finished first.
Pull back on the button.
It's time to get a little cranky.
Let it go. Let it go. Start cranking.
Go. Pull this little slider back until it latches. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Wait. Go ahead and spin.
And then start walking.
Who will complete this overseeding challenge and who will over-exceed even Caleb's high expectations? Find out when we return to Tough Grit.
Tossing seed out of a bag and even hand crank seeding are time-honored methods suitable for smaller lawns. But if you have enough turf that you mow it with a small tractor, a trailing broadcast spreader is one of the best investments you can make in the health of your grass. This device is excellent at both fertilizing and overseeding. Because the rotating spreader plate is driven by the trailer's own wheels turning, it always scatters seed and fertilizer evenly, no matter your speed. Make sure that the spreader you buy has a lever or other way to control the flow of seed so you can just load it up ahead of time, drive to the area to be covered, pull the lever and go. Sometimes, if you have uneven ground, you have to go slightly slower to ensure good coverage. Taking your time here as opposed to piling on extra weight will get you good results in the end.
We're in the final moments of our overseeding challenge, and our contestants are streaking through the courses.
Caleb, we can't show streaking on television. If we could, my whole family would watch. But anyway, we've got a great competition going on.
There you go.
Whoa. Is that
Okay. Go ahead and let's turn this thing off. Okay.
And this one in the
One
corner?
more in the corner. One more in the corner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Dump it.
Okay, hold on. You want to get the top back on it.
Oh,
You guys want to cover up so they don't blow out.
the whole thing?
Not just add a bunch.
Oh, this is
right. All right, that's good.
Okay.
Going this way?
Go like we were talking about.
Looking good. You're gonna have to come back for that one.
Okay.
On these ones, you're gonna have to get upwind of them.
How am I going to get over there? Okay.
Some of these squares are a little bit like California grapes. They're seedless.
There we go. Keep going.
You're gonna have to hit the plates from upwind, sort of like you don't stand downwind from Shannon.
Pull up by this one right over here.
was great. Wow, that was exciting. That was much better than watching grass grow. What'd you think, Caleb?
You guys both did a good job. You both had a little trouble with the toe-behind broadcasters just dispensing enough seed. Maggie ended up with 11 plates to Andrea's 8. So Maggie, you just won yourself a $500 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Maggie, you really know how to pack your plates. And that's not common on our picnicking style, but I'm afraid your lawn was a little bit like the lawn of the dead. But did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Excellent. Well, you still win a $500 gift card from Tractor Supply for the earlier competition. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you want to have a great time out here, here's how you can be a contestant on Tough Grit, the Rural America Challenge.
If you'd like to be on Tough Grit, the Rural America Challenge, go to toughgrit.com and click on the I Can Do That button. Or look for the advertisement in Grit Magazine. Don't wait, sign up today.
So now you know almost everything you need to know about aerating and overseeding your lawn. And if you'd like to learn more, visit toughgrit.com. Glad you could join us. Hope to see you next time. Shannon, how's your aerating and overseeding project going?
Well, I ran into a little problem.
I can see that. Was your seed distribution a little shoddy?
I don't know. Why don't you count it for me?
Okay, Shannon. I'm Caleb Regan.
And I'm Shannon Riley. And when you see us coming, you know you're in
Tough Grit.
On next week's episode, we meet a couple of men with real issues. Look out, Johnny Appleseed.
Nope. Keep going.
What did this tree ever do to deserve this? Eat a kite? Steal a cat? Beat around the bush? One thing is for sure, they definitely got an axe to grind. Why the deep-seated desire to fell a tree? Learn more about our woodsmen in the next episode of Tough Grit.